So you saw the thumbnail. It looks like today we're going to have Base versus Solana. Which one do you reckon is going to win the race to be the supreme network during the bull season? And which of these memes do you reckon can get to its all-time highs before the other? But before we get into the video, guys, I think you know what time it is. It's time to strap onto your boots, put on your rocket helmet. So let's get into the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Coming up for the blue corner, and the first one up is going to be Bolt. Bolt currently, guys, is looking pretty decent. I'm not going to lie, if you take a look at the setup for the chart, we are on a weekly chart. I do like to start off with a larger time frame to give me more of a direction bias and see where we are heading in a most likeliest direction. And it looks like we could be literally turning the heel. Instead of going down, we should be pumping away to the upside. I am looking out for a couple of key levels here, because if we get into the daily charts, let's see how that is shaping out. And it's shaping out to be pretty decent. And it's shaping out to be pretty decent, guys, because once we do see the current green candle turns to an engulfing green candle larger than the red candle right next to it, this one right over here, then we should see a continuation to the upside. And once we do see a break up to the upside, the first key level, it will be this move right here. And the reason why for that, because we've obviously made this initial pump to the upside, then we fallen down, we capitulated even further. But what do we notice here? We notice like a nice rounding up from the bottom almost. And if we see this green candle bigger than the red candle, then we should move our way to the upside. If we get to that resistance line right up there, what does that mean? That means from the current price to roughly right about up here, that's an easy 5x move back into this level right up here. And once we do reach up there, then we need to wait and see whether we do crack above this resistance line, turning that into a support somehow, something along a line like this. Then I'll be even more bullish for continuation to the upside. How high can we go once we do stay above this yellow resistance line, turning it into support? Well, why don't we just squeeze into the chart a little bit? Seeing as in this channel, we do love to squeeze into the chart. And if we then look to our left, guys, this would be the most easiest 10x gains that you can get. Or should I say the most obvious reason why? Because if we look to our left, all we see here is nothing but an invalidation. If anything, guys, we saw a massive drop. This disgusting one massive engulfing bearish candle. So once we do get above this key level right up here, then we're going to pretty much fly back up to the last all-time high. Whether we do like a staircasing move our way from here to there and continue our way to the top, that could be on the cards. That would be a lot more healthier and more of an organic move to the upside. Or we could, in fact, once we do break up above from this resistance line right here, we could be shooting straight back up into this level. Either way, guys, this area here would be an extremely important level once we do reach back up into this zone. How high can we go for Bolt? Well, it's quite easy, guys. Let's take a look at the market cap first. We're currently at $667,000. In order for us to see a 10x, which we expect the market cap to reach $6.6 million market cap. To see 100x, we need to expect $66 million. And then if we see a 1000x, then we should be expecting $667 million market cap for Bolt. So why don't we search for Bolt's opponent? And coming out from the purple corner, and that is going to be the Capuchin's token on the Solana network. Guys, check it out. The market cap is currently at 599,000, which is kind of close in comparison to Bolt in terms of market size. Let's take a look, or let's take a deep dive on their charts. We've been consolidating here for the longest, and if we do break above and break out of the larger rectangle green box right over here, then we should continue away to retest the last all-time highs. Now, potentially, if we get in now, for instance, and we do reach towards the last all-time high, measuring from the top of the body rather than the wick. So let's say from the body, then that's 1,838 move to the upside. So that's quite an easy, lot more gains as opposed to Bolt. However, if we measure it from the top of the wick rather than the body, then we should be expecting roughly around about 2,290% move to the upside. Guys, this could be still an amazing trade, even if we just get up towards the last all-time high, because if you only put in $100, so let's say for instance, if you were to invest with just $100, you can turn your $100 into $2,257. How high can we go for Cheers token? Well, they're still currently under its roadmap. If we do see more exchanges coming in for the Capricorn token, if we do see the Capricorn token on multiple centralized exchanges, and then I wouldn't be surprised to see the market cap reach up to 50 million or even 500 million during the bull season. But guys, you let me know in the comments, do you believe that the Capricorn token will eventually land on any other centralized exchanges? As one. And secondly, once we do you reckon we can go as higher up as 50 million or 500 million for the Capricorn token on the Solana network? Because 10x away from here, the market cap will only need to get to $5.9 million. And then 100x from here, the market cap will need to get to 59 million. And then 1000x at $599 million market cap. And the next challenger hailing from the blue corner, and that is going to be Mingles, Mr. Mingle. All right, now let's take a look at the chart. Guys, look at this. We have pounced and did a pretty decent move to the upside. In fact, I'll call that a sick up in here. Guys, look at this move on the day. This is sick up in here. Move to the upside. Take a look at the market cap. Is at 24.89 mil. My gosh, let's pull out the measuring tool. Let's see how high we've gone for Mingles on the day. All right, so we've done a more than 44% move to the upside. I did measure it correctly just to give us a guesstimate on how they performed on a day. So on a day, Mingles is up by 60% in the last 24 hours. This is amazing. And guys, this is time sensitive. If I was you, if you'd like to get into the chart right now, for instance, and this is no way of financial advice, you saw my little message right from the beginning of the video, prefacing that this is not financial advice, it would be a start of a bull run for Mingles, because once we do explode a lot more high than here, if we look then to our left, we see nothing but invalidation, which means that we should continue our way to the upside, or at least back up to close to the last all-time highs. Now, what does that mean in terms of gains? If you measure from the current price-ish to roughly around about there, that's an easy 213% move to the upside. However, on this channel, we're never looking for the short-term gains, but we're always here for the longer term. But if you are looking for short-term trade, this will be a pretty decent one. Why don't we just get into the 4-hourly chart just to see exactly how it looks? Because if we have broken up from certain levels, then we could possibly get in for continuation to the upside. And to be honest, this is looking absolutely beautiful trade right now. So if you would like to get in, now would be a pretty decent time to get in. One, because now we saw a print of 3 candles. 2, if we look to our left, we've broken up from above this high. And 3, it looks like we should be continuing our way to the upside. But guys, keep an eye, because we might just break up and then pull back into the support level right here before we see a move to the upside. Either way, guys, I'll still possibly get in here because I always love doing breakout trade, or I love doing breakout trades in general, because normally if we do see a continuation move to the upside, we might not even see any kind of pullback. And if I do see a pullback, I tend to enter more of my trades because it's giving me a stronger confidence that we should be able to continue our way to the upside. Whew, that's a bit of a mouthful. So let's get back into the daily chart and I'll give you some of my predictions. All right, so the current market cap is at 25 million. We can quite easily see 100x for Mr. Mingles. But firstly, 10x from here, it will put the market cap at $250 million. And then 100x, it should put the market cap at $2.5 billion market cap. So let's go find its opponents from the purple corner. All right, guys, with Birdog, it looks like the market cap has gone down slightly, but then again, we pumped up a little bit on the day. So for the past 24 hours, we are only up by 0.88% move to the upside. It's only fractional, but if you watch my previous video on Birdog, I did say that once we come back down into these levels right here, then I can see us potentially being brought up straight away because we saw a series candles or red candle right over here. And then once we do see this green candle at least remaining green or becomes bigger than this last red candle, then in no time we should be able to get back into this level right up here. And then once we do, then if we break out from here, we should be off to the races quite literally. So let's go check on the weekly charts. So at least on the short term, it doesn't look like we are very bullish right now, but we don't need to worry too much about that at all because one, we've seen a lovely move to the upside from here. Secondly, if we then look to our left, what we see, we've originally broken out from this level right up here, flipping this area into a support, but we just need to see maybe a return back into this level. And if we see a massive engulfing green candle, then that should give us a confident moving to the upside. And this area here should be the most important and crucial area. Reason why, because one, we've got a series of candles right up here, which I consider to be my clustered area with a high liquidity area. And then once we get into this level, then we just need to bounce up and above away from this area. Then we could be into a discovery phase and go to a much more bigger price. I still reckon with Birdog, it's going to be one of those biggest movers and shakers during the bull season, especially with a big community and strong social media presence. I reckon with Birdog, we should easily be able to expect a 1000x. So that would mean Birdog would actually win in this battle. But you let me know, guys, in the comments whether Birdog would win this battle to reach 1000x, or maybe it will be lackluster and won't keep up against its opponents. So let's move on to the next one, hailing from the blue corner, and that is gonna be Cheers from the Base Network. Cheers for the Base Network, guys, is at $284,000. We are up on the day by 30%. Looking at a chart, okay, we could potentially see a little bit more further pullback if you look from our weekly time frame, and sometimes we do need to get into a slightly smaller time frame like your dailies and your 4 hours just to find out what's going on within this area right up here. So let's get into the daily one first. All right, so it's looking like it's actually a more bullish case scenario, which is good. One, because this engulfing green candle is larger than the last two red candles, because we're seeing some exhaustion within the sellers or people who are selling their tokens, and we're seeing more buyers coming in. And secondly, we've in fact bounced above from this area almost perfectly to the T. We didn't quite pull back deep into this area. Luckily, I've actually added a bit more of my bags up here, just in case we don't come all the way back into this zone. And if we then continue to push our way to the upside, just like what I said in my video, we should at least come back to retest the last all-time highs. So we are approximately, let's have a look, about 70% move away from the last all-time highs. And once we do get into that discovery phase, then guys, I would not be surprised if we see Cheers token on the Base Network do exactly what the Cheers token do, exactly what Cheers on a Solana network did when it went that crazy run to the upside. How high can we go? We could possibly see Cheers token on the Base Network go 10x from here, which should put the market cap at 2.8 million. If we then see 100x, it put the market cap at 28 million. And then if we do see that 1000x, which guys is quite frankly possible, then we could be expecting the market cap to reach at $284 million market cap. So let's go find its opponent coming out from the purple corner, and that is gonna be WorldJ. Guys, WorldJ, I still believe in this project that it could do some crazy freaking results, even though we are seeing a pullback for today, and we're currently down by 6.5% for the past 24 hours. If you take a look at the market cap, currently it's $148,000. Don't be too scared. I know it is still a risk to get into any meme coins that's less than $4 or $5 million. However, we saw some crazy run to the upside on multiple occasions. If we look at the chart from the overall perspective, what do we see? All we're seeing is the fact that we are seeing higher highs overall. We then attempted to try to reach and go above the last all-time highs. Instead, we got pulled back, and now we're going sideways again for a third retest back up towards the last all-time highs. I'm still mega bullish on WorldJ on Solana network because it will present to us some significant gains during a bull season, and this will be one of those memes that people will just totally overlook. They'll be too afraid to get in because of the low in market cap, and nobody's really paying much attention to WorldJ in general, as you can tell from the social media presence. But I reckon that with WorldJ on the Solana network will in fact quite easily get us a 1000x. 10x away from here, the market cap would only need to get to 1.4 million. 100x, we only need to get to 14 million, and then 1000x at 148 million dollars. So who do you reckon won this round? The cheese token from the base network or WorldJ from the Solana network? Now let's go find our final and penultimate battle. Coming out for the blue corner, and that is going to be Landwolf on base network. All right, so let's take a look or closer look on their charts. But before we do so, let's take a look at the market cap. It's currently at 2.4 market cap, which is quite similar to its opponent. Let's take a closer look on the charts, and what we see that we've originally made this move to the upside. However, that wasn't sustainable, and then we pulled the way back down into this zone right up here. However, we have now printed an engulfing green candle. Only as soon as we do see a breakup from up here, then we should be at least retest the last move right up here before continuing our way to the upside. But overall, in terms of the structure, it's looking pretty bullish and healthy actually, because we see lower low, lower high, and then a higher low. That we have this lovely trend that we are, if anything, moving to the upside. If you would like to get in, now would be pretty decent time to get in, because we might not even see any kind of pullback from here. If we do, that will present to us a perfect opportunity to quite possibly continue our way to the upside. And the reason why I came to that conclusion, because of this trend right over here. Now, why don't I just show you exactly what I mean? It looks something like this, that we retested here, we blasted our way up, we then attempted to come back here, and we've gone up, and now it looked like we did try to break below here. Instead, we've been bought up, and it looks like we could possibly be moving away to the upside. Let's say, for example, if you only had $100 to play with, you could add $50 here now, for instance, and then if we do pull back into this level, you could put in the rest of your $50, and then I reckon that we should head away to the upside, and that would be quite a decent trade to be had. However, in case if we don't pull back here and we're following exactly what Bitcoin is doing, then we could potentially be continuing our way to the upside. So now will be potentially the best bet to get in, because we might not even see any kind of pullback. So what kind of percentage in gains does that present to us? Let's measure it from the current price, roughly around about here, to the last all-time highs. We could be expecting anywhere between, oh, it's not showing any percentage here. Don't know why that is. Let me just flip it upside down instead. Should give us an inkling. Ah, yeah, all right, cool. So it should give us roughly around about 72% move to the upside. I'm doing it this way, guys, only because for some reason it's not giving me that measurement from the bottom to top. Instead, it's giving a measurement from top to bottom. But yeah, maybe roughly around about 72%. I'm not sure how accurate that is. However, we're not looking at it from the short-term flex. We are reckoning that we could quite possibly continue away to the upside, and quite possibly, not guaranteeing on any of my predictions, that Landwolf could in fact go to 1000x from here. But let us do the breakdown. 10x away from here, the market cap we need to get to 24 million. 100x, the market cap we need to get to 242 million, and then 1000x at $2.24 billion market cap. That's quite doable. Landwolf is still extremely popular. It's more popular on the Solana network. However, could this be the cheaper and better option then the one on the Solana network, in order for us to get in now and hope for Landwolf on the base chain network could give us the same potential gains as the ones we had from the Solana network. And Landwolf's opponent coming out from the purple corner, and that is gonna be, and the current market cap is at $2.65 million market cap. It's slightly higher than Landwolf on base chain network. However, let's do a little dive into the charts before we end the show. All right, now take a look at the overall perspective on Success Kid chart. It looks like we start to see some volume pumping in, which is great news for this project. Zooming in slightly just to give us a better short-term perspective. 1 second, here we are. That we are still below the red line right over here. Now, if I was to make it a little bit more accurate, it should be somewhere like that. Okay, if we do break to the upside, we definitely need to stay and hold above this red level right over here. And if we do, at least for the short term, we should be able to head away back up into this move right up here, because that was the original move that pulled us all the way into the current price. And if we do get back up here, let's pull out the measuring tool. Then for the short term, we can quite easily get 82% move to the upside. And then once we do smash above this white resistance line, then we should be able to continue away to the upside. It may take a few more weeks, of course, in order for us to get to the last highs right up here. Now, once that happens and you're holding onto the trade from here with the expectation of us reaching up here, then we could see a 355% move to the upside. However, I'm still extremely bullish on this project. I have read all my comments, and I came across one of the commenters who said that this coin is an S coin and it won't get anywhere. I know it's just my opinion and their opinion. I'm not here to fight anyone. I'll welcome anyone to tell me if I'm wrong or be a contrarian. End of the day, guys, this is all speculation. But if we take a look at the tokenomics, that's only 88 million in circulating supply for Success Kid. Is still extremely popular. We are overcrowded by so many memes, whether they're on Base, Solana, Blast. There's so many networks out there. But I do believe that once Success Kid is on these centralized exchanges, then we should be expecting a crazy run to the upside. So I'm still reckon that we can get up to that 1000x, which puts the market cap at $2.65 billion market. We might even go higher. So there you have it, guys. I hope you did find the video useful and informative. Let me know, out of any of these battles, who is your winner. Most importantly, which one you're holding. Are you bullish on any of these? And guys, thank you for watching the video. If you haven't done so already, give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be updated with all of my latest content and videos. And if you haven't checked out this video on alert top 4 basic meme coins that you need to get in right now, and I'll see you all in the next one.